All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to go on a bit of a journey. We're going to start with the huge physical world of nation-building finance and end up with the tiny invisible clicks that run our lives today. It's a story about money, trust, railways, and maybe most importantly, your own neighborhood. So, let's get started.
To really get a handle on where we are now in our digital world, we actually have to go way back. Just look at this painting. I mean, this is incredible. They're not just building a railway here, they are literally building a country. This is what big finance used to look like. These massive, tangible projects that you could actually see and touch. Projects that physically stitched an entire nation together.
And you know, behind these incredible efforts were financial institutions that were just as huge. This was an era when banks and governments worked together to literally carve paths through mountains and connect one coast to the other. And the scale of what they pulled off, it was just astounding. Back in 1881, the Bank of Montreal, BMO, helped get the project funded by issuing $10 million in what they called land grant bonds. Basically, loans that were backed by the very land the railway would run across. By 1886, the first train made the entire journey, a whole 5 years ahead of schedule. And the debt they owed the government, all paid back. I mean, what a massive win for a young country. But, and this is a big but, it was anything but a sure thing. This quote here from the railway's president, George Stephan, it shows you just how close the whole thing came to completely falling apart. He was literally on his way to shut the company down for good when a last-minute government loan came through. It took some serious political muscle to make that happen. So the point is, these epic projects were built on a foundation of trust that was powerful for sure, but also incredibly fragile. Okay, so fast forward. How did we get from that one single nail-biting project to the financial powerhouses we know today? The transformation, it's almost hard to wrap your head around. Remember that $10 million deal for the railway? Seemed like a lot of money, right? Well, today, BMO has grown into an absolute titan with $269 billion in assets just in the US. It's now the 10th largest bank in the entire country. That is a level of financial power that guys building the railway could never have even imagined. So what does all that power build today? Well, not just railways, but entire sections of our cities. Take a look at the BMO Center in Calgary. It's now the biggest convention center in Western Canada. We're talking over 500,000 square feet. It's designed to bring in huge international events and really anchor the city's future. So in a way, the nation building is still happening. It just looks a little different. But here's the crazy part. For most of us, this massive financial world has become completely invisible. Our whole relationship with these giants has moved from physical bank branches and paper statements to the phones we carry in our pockets. We've gone from bricks to clicks. I mean, just think about something as basic as getting paid. For millions of us, it's direct deposit. The whole process is just a few taps on an app. You sign in, you pick your account, find your boss in the system, and confirm. Boom. It's seamless, it's instant, and it's totally digital. This is what modern finance is all about, convenience. But you knew there was a but coming, right? This easy, seamless digital world, well, it creates all new kinds of dangers. When our money and our very identity are just bits of data flying around, they're vulnerable in ways a physical railway never could be. There's a phantom menace lurking right in our inboxes. And I just love the simplicity of this quote from a Reddit user. Someone was asking about a fishy email, and the reply was just, scam, scam, scammity, scam. It just perfectly captures that constant nagging threat we all feel. You've probably had that moment yourself, right? Staring at an email, thinking, is this real? So, how can you tell? Well, the good news is, these scammers aren't all that creative. They tend to use the same old tricks. The red flags are usually pretty easy to spot if you know what to look for. Always check the sender's email. If it claims to be from the government, it better end in .gov. Look for bad grammar or just weird phrases like private identity. And here's the big one. They almost always try to make you panic, to feel like you have to click a link right now. And this right here perfectly illustrates the difference. The official advice from the Social Security Administration is super cautious. They tell you, hey, if you get a weird email, don't respond. Call us directly. Scammers, they do the complete opposite. They use threats, they pressure you, and they demand you act immediately through their fake links. The contrast really couldn't be any clearer. Okay, so we've gone from the clear-cut trust of building a nation together to this murky digital world
world where it's hard to know who or what to trust, it can feel pretty overwhelming. But what if the best defense against this kind of anonymous digital threat isn't a better password, but a stronger community? What if the answer isn't digital at all, but something much closer to home?
Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Real, actual connection. A fitness class at a local community center. This is about so much more than just exercise, right? It's about people showing up, being together, building those social bonds. This is where trust is built in person, face to face. And you see it everywhere, across all ages. From little kids learning how to be a team at soccer practice to a group of adults who decide to start their own walking club. These kinds of shared, local experiences, they create this web of relationships, a sense of belonging that you just cannot get online. So here's the crucial point. This simple little attendance sheet for a local park commission. It might look boring, but I think it might be the most important thing we've looked at. Why? Because this is trust at its most basic level. It's just real people. Henry, Farkima, Amy, William, showing up month after month to make decisions for their own neighbors. This is the bedrock.
Which really just leaves us with this one big question to think about. We started with banks building nations out of steel and rock. Now, we live in a world of digital giants and invisible threats. So, in this new world, is it possible that our greatest defense, our most valuable asset, isn't in some bank vault or on a server farm, but in the simple, powerful act of knowing and trusting our neighbors? What do you think?